Flu cases in the United States are at the highest they have been in a decade, and COVID-19 is also on the rise. According to the federal health officials, around 14 children have died so far this flu season. There have been at least 8.7 million illnesses, 78,000 hospitalizations, and 4,500 deaths from flu so far this season. These respiratory viruses are spreading as people gather indoors due to the colder weather. The ones most at risk are those 65 and older, children and pregnant women. And therefore, they have been urged to get vaccinated, and doctors say that they must get flu shots.
This is a very, very disturbing scenario. What I'm upset about is that people are just tired of getting vaccines. A lot of us, understandably, are over it. And we're tired of the precautions. We're tired of avoiding things. But when you get a vaccine for a preventable illness, you prevent you from spreading it to people around you. We still have an obligation to infants who have not yet had vaccines or have not developed the immune response, the immune capability to protect themselves.
This comes in the backdrop of the pandemic, which has still not been fully overcome. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, COVID-19 cases have risen after the Thanksgiving holiday, and COVID-19 related hospitalizations have also increased by 15 to 20% over the last week.
Part of it is because of the crazy experience we've been through over the last couple of years with COVID. With COVID, we have masked ourselves, we have avoided each other, we have isolated ourselves, and we are tired of tired of taking these precautions. When I go out, I see very few people that are masked, and at the same time, there is a lot of us are tired of getting vaccinations, and the flu vaccine rates are lower than they've been before. So we haven't had respiratory illnesses other than COVID.
The lagging flu vaccination in pregnant women has caused serious concerns. About 12% fewer pregnant women have been vaccinated so far as compared to the last season, and for children, it is 5% fewer. The rate at which the hospitalizations are increasing is also causing concern. The 7-day average was 4,201, reflecting a 17.6% rise in the last few weeks. Further, there have also been potential drug shortages amid a wave of respiratory illnesses.
For context, is that drug shortages are not uncommon and is something the administration is regularly monitoring. The FDA is always tracking shortages at the national level and works closely with manufacturers to understand their production and supply. And while FDA does not manufacture drugs and cannot require a pharmaceutical company to make a drug, make a more of a drug, or change the distribution of a drug, FDA is in touch with the various manufacturers and stand ready to provide support where possible.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.